Kashkanirosha, Wirese Shelby Berstel Eherosh. Minihanitag Shinidosh. Igi Hak Iga Magunita. Naku Nueta Iru Wagi Gunirosh. Mihatmak Hapeshish. Wagigia Ame Wagaheranidosh. Hape Iunsta Tata Khie Nishinasha Tokani Numagaki Ame Waanatka Shish Kara Makahanista. Congratulations to all the graduates. Washida Hara Nidosh.
Aho da de mahuba ihdia ma behe ma giguetskach ma garetsawat ariwa ikudzi heruha narehat ma giguetskach ma ihu hare tara ehat ma behe ma zagarats da de mahuba ihdia aho.
Noah, Gudarcha Josie Bird Fox, Atna Gudesha Jackie Bird, Na Adiach Gudesha Wayne Fox, Nina Gawi Natsu Daga. And today I'm going to say the prayer in Arikara, and I'd like to ask the elders to please forgive me for speaking before you. Adiach Nachidag Vedatot Wakarani Wo, Din Sagarichi Wait Stagune. Tanaka Baj Dinaguna Wawi. Adiach Nachidag Vedato Nani Wo Achguna Gun Shtawawi Na Achguna Ka Baj Dira Din Hunasa Nitin Naguna Wawi Achguna Hi Warika Sanch Chidu. Adiach Nachidag Shkusuk Taka Bajisht Neshkurana u chikuni guna hiwar. Adiach nachidag Vedato nani wo adisht tkranwa wanu tkragu wawi. Nishina dudak swawishu jesu adisht kunawawi. Adish nakura wanu ninar sari wadat. Adiach nachidag Vedat Stehu na Nenak Stehu ni Weshiniku na Itawawia na ni Weshiniku na Kishtatawa. Adiach na Chidag Shkuchta Nuanu na Neshkuna na Sesht Achto Waitnak Stehu Nawa.
My name is Dr. Twyla Baker, and I am the president of Nueta Hidatsa Sahnish College. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the Fall 2020 commencement exercises. It is such an important day. While we may not be gathered together in the way that we are accustomed to for such a momentous occasion, we still mark this day and take time to honor our graduates. And it is my absolute joy to be able to say, on behalf of the NHSC Board of Directors and our staff and faculty, congratulations on your achievements. I don't think we can understate the magnitude of what our students have accomplished in these past few semesters. We are living in a historic time. We have, as a community, as a tribe, and as a nation, faced so many enormous challenges and rapid change in the past calendar year. I think it is so important that we mark these moments and take time to reflect upon them. Remember the events that have changed us, and give thanks for days like today, where we can celebrate fortitude, perseverance, and hope. I like to tell people who ask me what I do that I am in the business of manufacturing hope. My colleagues and I have some of the best jobs in the world because that hope shows up in the form of you, our students. You, your journey, and the legacy that you will create are the testament of the work and the hope of many. Also, the work that you have done and what you have persevered through to come to this moment can't be understated. I have so much respect for and pride in all of you. I also want to take a moment to offer my deepest gratitude and respect to our staff and faculty for their compassion, ingenuity, adaptability, and care for their students and colleagues as we navigate our circumstances. None of this happens without all of you, and therefore today also belongs to you. Thank you for everything that you do. This year has tested all of us, some in incredibly trying ways. As I think about today and what we are celebrating, I realize that we are answering that test in the best way that we know how, with hope. It is now my honor to invite you, our graduates, to take what you have learned to help our nation, to help our people heal, to live as fully as possible. We send you out as warriors of peace, armed with knowledge, to help bring all of us into a better and brighter world. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Ha, pilamia yolo, mitaku yepi. Hello, thank you, and welcome to all the graduates today. My name is Dr. Donald Warren. I'm Oglala Lakota, originally from Kyle, South Dakota on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. And I want to say a special thank you to Dr. Twyla Baker for asking me to be a part of your graduation celebration today. This is such an exciting time for all of you and for all of us as we watch the next generation of our people go through the educational process. And for me personally, education has been a very important part of my life. I am a family physician, and I'm currently the Associate Dean of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at the School of Medicine and Health Sciences at University of North Dakota over in Grand Forks. But I've had kind of a long educational history of my own. I went to Arizona State University for my undergraduate training and graduated back in 1989, probably before many of you were born. And that's when I got my college degree. And after college, I really wanted to go into medical school. So I actually worked as a laboratory assistant and researcher with a diabetes study that was going on in Arizona with American Indian populations in the state of Arizona. And that really set my future, wanting to focus on doing as much good as I can for our people. So I was able to go to medical school. I was very fortunate. I went to Stanford for medical school, got my MD in 1989, and then did a residency in family medicine. So I'm a family doctor. And I worked for several years with the Gila River Indian community in Arizona and provided medical care and primarily working with patients with diabetes during that time frame. But in my own experience, I also recognized that many of the problems that we have are preventable issues. And when I think about what I was seeing as a doctor, whether it's type 2 diabetes or issues related to addiction or other chronic diseases, I recognized that almost everything I was dealing with was preventable, but we didn't learn how to prevent diseases or promote health in medical school. We really learned how to treat diseases. So, in my own experience, there's this really strong connection between education and health. And after I worked for a few years as a primary care doctor, I recognized I needed to go back to school and get more training, but this time in public health. So I was very fortunate. I went to Harvard for a master's degree in public health, focusing on health policy. And I had recognized in the few years that I was a primary care doctor that we need more of our own people in decision making positions. And I was recognizing that a lot of the leaders in healthcare, highly educated, very intelligent people, were not American Indian. And they didn't understand our history, they didn't understand our lived experience, they didn't understand our circumstances, yet they were making decisions for us, decisions on our behalf, but not always the most informed decisions. So when I look at this, I recognize that we have to link education to all of our outcomes, no matter what field you are interested in. For me, clearly, there's been a link between education and health outcomes. But in truth, there's also a link between education and social justice. And much of my work over the years has been trying to level the playing field and recognizing that our health disparities are not just a health issue or a science issue, it's a social justice issue. When we have these terrible disparities and the average age of death for American Indians in North Dakota is in the mid 50s, whereas for the rest of the population it's closer to 80 years of age. It doesn't have to be that way. That's not a scientific issue, that's a social justice issue. So for me, and what I've seen is that the greatest equalizer of social justice is education. And that's part of what you're all doing today through graduation and through the years of hard work to get to this point. So today is a day for celebration. It's a day to be proud of your accomplishments, and it's a day to be happy. But it's also a time to recognize the responsibility that each of you has in terms of now being one of the few of us who can achieve a college degree or a certificate or any form of education, that not all of our people get that opportunity. And with that opportunity of education is a tremendous amount of responsibility. And recognizing that you are a role model now, right? That as you go out into the professional workforce, you're representing all of us. And with limited numbers of our own people in the professions, whether it's in healthcare or education or any other arena, there's not enough of us in leadership roles. And education is that bridge between where we are now and getting into those leadership roles and really making decisions that are for the betterment of our people and improvement of our lives. So again, it's a time to be proud and a time to be happy, but it's also a time to recognize the responsibility moving forward and recognize and remember that your ancestors are proud of you and your ancestors are watching you. And our ancestors are deeply engaged in what we are doing at all times. For those of us who really believe in our traditional ways and that connectedness, I get a lot of strength from knowing that we have that thousands of generations of our own people behind us and supporting us. And in Lakota and in many other tribes, we're told that we need to pray for 7 generations ahead and prepare for 7 generations ahead. And I find a lot of strength in knowing that 7 generations ago, they were praying for me. 7 generations ago, they were praying for you. And in truth, what you are doing today by graduating and getting this level of achievement is that this is an answered prayer. Each of you is an answered prayer from our ancestors. And that's a beautiful and powerful thing. So as you move forward into your careers, again, congratulations on your accomplishment. But always remember where you come from. Always remember your responsibilities as an Indigenous person, and that your education now allows you to do even greater things for your people. And what a tremendous opportunity and what a sacred responsibility that with your education, it opens up other doors to do good things for yourself, for your family, and for all of our communities. So thank you for giving me a few minutes to address you today, and just recognize that many of us are very proud of you, and we look forward to seeing all of the great accomplishments that lie ahead. Pilami ayolo, mitaku yepi.
Hello, relatives. My name is BJ Rainbow. I'm the Vice President of Academics here at NHS College, and it is my honor to confer the degrees for our very esteemed graduates here at with our Storm family. So without further ado, we present to you those men and women whom we have deemed fit to advance to their degrees. By the power entrusted to me, I admit you to the rank of those who hold the associate's and bachelor's degrees, and I grant to you all the rights and privileges pertaining to these degrees, in solemn witness whereof I hand over to you this diploma. Thank you, graduates, and I wish you the best of luck.
Greetings, President Baker, students, faculty, staff, and members of our learning community. I'm Dr. Connie King-Gotchel, Vice President of Student Services. It is with great pleasure that we present our Fall 2020 graduates. They've persisted and completed even amidst some of the most challenging times. The following students receive a bachelor's degree and magna cum laude honors. Heather Whiteowl, Elementary Education. Kiana Fox, Native American Studies. The following student received an Associate of Science in Equine Studies. Andrea Fredricks. The following students receive an Associate of Arts and made the Dean's List. Tana Hoyle, General Studies. Starla Dean, Human Services. The following student receives a Certificate in Early Childhood Education. Jera Graham. Congratulations to each and every one of our graduates. May our Creator continue to bless you and keep you in all your endeavors.